Yeah. Thank y'all for checking in. My name is Johnnie, and this is Live with Johnnie. We're gonna get started here in just a second. Make sure you let your people know that we're live on the air. Tap in and share this. We're gonna get started. All right, y'all. Yo, we're in the building. And first thing I want to say is Happy Easter Sunday for those of you who celebrate Easter. It's just really, oh, I said Willie. Extra R in my words. It is really strange that Easter has fell on a March 30th. March 31st, March 30th. I don't know, but it's the last day of the month. I think it's the 30th. Okay, so March 31st. We can't get no more days after today. Last day of the month, March 31st. And Easter is today. Strange. Now, I don't know, like with Easter, what is the third Sunday in the month? In April, something like that. I don't know, but it's strange, y'all. Then it's April Fool's tomorrow. So the day after Easter is April Fool's. And also rent is due tomorrow. I'm gonna call my rental agent and I'm gonna say tomorrow and be like, I know rent's due, but April Fool's, I ain't got it. You've been tricked. April Fool's, I ain't got it. My car payment due tomorrow. Guess what? April Fool's, nigga, I ain't got it. So ain't shit happening tomorrow. Everything gonna be put on pause. It's a day after a holiday. I'm gonna be like, I'm the type of person I enjoy my holiday the day after. So ain't don't nothing move tomorrow. Ain't nothing getting paid tomorrow. That's my stance. Cause with my religion, you don't pay no bills on or after the day of a holiday. So, and then it's April Fool's too. April Fool's is a holiday in itself, right? We all recognize April Fool's. So tomorrow's a holiday. I'm gonna try to trick some people. See what I can come up with. I usually trick a few people anyway, but I'm gonna try to trick some people tomorrow for April Fool's. And obviously, today is Easter, so happy Easter to my people out there. And happy April Fool's, early April Fool's, because we're gonna get it popping tomorrow. We're gonna trick some people and see what happens. All right. So I think I'm gonna come on tomorrow too, and we're gonna try to talk about some April Fools. We're gonna have some fun with it. We're gonna talk about some things that some of you guys did prior earlier April Fools that really tricked somebody and maybe pissed them off or something like that. The April Fool joke that I like the most that I see a lot, I don't know if I see it anymore, is when they have somebody thinking that they won the lottery and they get all excited and they be like, yes, and they scratch off that ticket. It'd be like that fake lottery ticket, and then they tell them they won. They think they won $1 million, and then realize they didn't win nothing. Like that would really hurt. Like I'd be pissed if somebody told me or made me feel like I won a lottery, and then at the end of the day, I didn't win a lottery. So those type of things really had me pissed off. So it's whatever. But that's the type of fun I want to see tomorrow. Just some really over the top April Fool jokes. We're gonna look for some. I might even put some on the podcast. We're gonna see. So anyway, with that being said, how many people ate good today? Y'all eat good today? Yeah, y'all ate good today. We had at my church, we had I'm gonna see if I can name them all. We had ham, we had dressing, we had Kool-Aid, we had turkey. Oh, thank you for the emoji. We had all that, or the like. Thank you, I appreciate that. So we had some really good food. So I wish I always wish I would cook at home because then I can measure how much stuff goes into things, and then I can look at it and know that I'm getting what I need to put in my body. But every once in a while, I like to eat other people's food too, just to kind of taste what's out there. And then we had beans too. That was good. And water boiled rice, no, water boiled cornbread or something like that. So it was good. Everything was decent. So anyway, I just wanted to take a little bit of time every podcast before I get on to kind of wait till people get in here, and then we'll get started. Oh yeah, we're also on Facebook. We are on Facebook. We're on. Somebody had a comment. Okay, yeah. What's up? I'm gonna put your comment up. Look, see now, Shine. I got your comment up here. So anytime y'all comment, I can put it up here, and then we can take a look at it together. I don't get a whole lot of comments, so I don't get a chance to put another comment. So Shine, if you could comment on something else, like Happy Easter or something like that, put it up there, and then I can show it again. But like I was saying, we're on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, make sure you comment, like. If you're on YouTube, make sure you tap in and become a follower of mine on YouTube. And also, if you're on Instagram, or no, not Instagram, but X, formerly known as Twitter, make sure you tap in, y'all, because we got 3 different platforms that we're on. And then eventually, this will be on TikTok too. Some clips will be on TikTok. So let me know what's up, y'all. And once again, Sharon, if you're on, give me another shout out, say something, and I would definitely appreciate that. Okay, so the topic of today is check on y'all people. And like when they say check on your people, normally they're talking about somebody is hurt, uh, somebody went to the hospital, or worst case scenario, somebody died, right? So the way that I'm talking about check on your people is after those things happen. Okay, and I'm not talking about the person who died or was hurt or something like that. I'm talking about the people who love them. So that's why I titled this check on your people's people. Because sometimes we check on the people, we say check on the people, check on people, and then you find out it might have been your cousin or somebody close to you that died. And then, that's it. You know what I'm saying? But we need to check on people's people. And the reason why I said this, because I saw something this weekend, and that's what made me think about it. Or somebody I know had just lost. Well, actually, it's 2 people, but this person in particular, somebody that I know that lost somebody close to them, and they are really hitting drugs hard. And it made me think, like, why we don't check on people's people. It's like once that person dies, we don't, that person's gone 2, 3 months later. It's just a person in the back of our mind. But y'all, we need to check on people's people. You understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I know we don't talk about this a lot. So that's why I wanted to bring it to people's attention. Another case, a female that's why the world be losing. We always worried about ourselves. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We go on and we don't check on our people's people. And I know a female who had lost somebody, and it's the same person that the guy had lost, because the guy had a lot of friends. And she just basically, just all out letting people, oh, sorry for my language, y'all, letting strangers fuck, you know what I'm saying? And just, you was doing the drug level of drugs she was doing and alcohol she was doing, which is off of the chain. To where I was scared for her, like, man, is she gonna make it through? Like, we have got to look in and start checking on people who are close to these people. Because think about it, if you lose somebody, you're gonna go through emotions. Depending on how much you love that person. If you lose somebody, you're gonna go through emotions, right? So, say your best friend lost a cousin or something that she was close to. Like, how often do you say, hey, just bring it up. How often do you say, hey, how are you doing? How is that affecting you? Or do you just continue just to kick it with them and just hope that they forgot about it? Because I guarantee you that they're not going to forget about it. When you're depressed, and we talk about depression a lot, you often mask your pain and your anger and your hurt. You mask that with drugs, or just overly trying to be happy, or just, you try to put it back in. But those things are still there. And if we're not sitting there, like, you could really save somebody's life by just checking on them. Hey, how are you doing with that situation? How often we just like, just I ain't gonna talk about it, I ain't gonna mention it, I ain't gonna bring it up to them. Yeah, I understand that they hurting. I understand that. And I understand that you may reopen some wounds. But guess what? Some of those wounds might not even be closed until they have that conversation with somebody else. We all know somebody who lost somebody like around the holidays, right? But we don't come to those people and be like, hey, I know you lost your mom. I know you lost blase on the holiday. How are you dealing with that? How are you dealing with that? And that one thing alone could maybe help them and save them as well. In fact, I know a guy who lost his life immediately after losing his mom's life. And it probably, and I don't know, but it could, the drug use after his mom died, the stress after his mom died probably caused him to die. That's what you have to understand. Sometimes the stress and the pain and the drug and alcohol use after somebody dies can cause somebody else to die. And it's a chain reaction. If it doesn't happen within weeks, months, it could be years of them just steadily abusing their own body to try to cope with the pain of losing somebody. Does that make sense? We have to check on our people, especially if it's a tragedy. There are certain things that I think about that I could not imagine losing somebody to a murder. If you had a cousin that was murdered, a family member that was murdered, a friend that was murdered, that has to be some of the most painful shit to happen. And then to think about, or even somebody having cancer, going through years and years of chemo and things like that, then ultimately dying. You know, that's not something that you easily gonna be able to get over. We're not animals. We have feelings, and those feelings are real. They exactly hurt. Boy, Shar, we got to have you. Boy, Shar, we got to have you on because you spend some real game right about now. I'm just like off the top of my head because it's something that just clicked on me today. So I'm kind of speaking on top of my head, and I'm hoping that it makes sense to somebody. But you're spitting some real shit. Hurt becomes hurt to somebody else. Exactly. Think if somebody committed suicide. And we just had an incident where somebody's kid committed suicide. Think about the uncles of that kid. Think about the aunties of that kid. Think about the cousins of that kid, the friends of that kid. That's a whole chain reaction to all of those people. Because some people have resentment. What if I said this? Even that, have you ever been in a situation to where somebody died? You're like, what if I told them to stay home? What if I took them somewhere else? Now, on top of that, you got the resentment of you're wondering, what if? What could I have did to save that person? What? And that right there can cause a level of stress, a level of depression. We got to look for the signs. If we know somebody who probably wasn't doing a whole lot of drugs, and then they lose somebody and then they doing a whole bunch of drugs, we need to check on those people. We need to see, are they doing okay? Because a lot of times they're not doing okay. And nobody is checking on them. Nobody. We just feel like, oh, they'll be okay. They'll get through it. They're tough. No, this isn't a tough situation where you can just, snap your fingers and be tough. We can't all do that. We're not built like that. Humans are not built like that to just have something happen and it doesn't bother them. It does bother, and I'll guarantee you, it is bothering them. So we need to check on our people. And I'm not saying that you can prevent things from happening. I'm just saying if a hug and it's going to be okay, or it wasn't your fault. There's nothing you can do. Just things like that to reassure them that they are not wrong. They are not to be blamed. Can go a long way. But if we don't even just take the time to do that, then I think we're losing people. We're losing people. And Sharon said, toxicity thinking can become a generation of curses. Yes, absolutely. It's going to be a chain reaction because we're not checking on people's people. We'll check on somebody when we heard something's happening. Somebody got shot. Okay, we're gonna go check. We're gonna go check on our people. We're gonna check on our people. Boom! It is our people. It is. It's our family members. If somebody in my family got shot, now I'm gonna mourn with my family for this week, 7 days until they bury that person. I'm gonna mourn my family. I'm gonna call people up. I'm gonna see what the fuck is going on. I'm gonna see how people doing for 7 days. And then that's it. We're gonna try to forget. I'm gonna forget it. I'm gonna try to forget about them. You try to forget about them. It doesn't work that way. 2 weeks later, we need to follow up. A month later, we need to follow up. Especially after it happens, the immediate after fact, after the funeral, we another week, we need to be following up with these people. Hey, are you okay? How are you feeling? Are you getting through this? I'm hurt, so I know you hurt. We don't do that. That's 7 days. That's the cutoff period. That person is put in the ground, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. We eat. That's it. I'm gonna holler at you later, dog. That's why they say that's why they say some people, the only time we see family is what? During a funeral. That's when we get together, we grieve, we eat, and we go home. I'm being funny, but that's what we do. After we eat that Kroger's chicken, it's over with. Kroger's chicken is not healing people. That nasty ass coleslaw is not healing people. That nasty ass mustard salad, potato salad from Kroger's is not healing people. It's actually pretty good, but I guarantee you it's not healing people. Now they biscuits. They biscuits might be healing some folks. Them rolls, them honey rolls. No, it'll heal me a couple of nights. I'm being funny, but that's not healing people. We need to check on our people. And Sharon said, we stay focused. We steadily worried about certain celebrities instead of our own family. And that's exactly right. Like, how many posts have we made about P. Diddy this week? How many posts have you made about your family members this week? Like a young lady that was close to, me and Sharon, I know you know her. Like, like during the week, this is a prime example. During the week, I see a lot of posts, a lot of heart grieving posts. Now that the funeral happened, those posts are starting to fall off. And then when birthdays come, it'll just be, a happy birthday thing. But what about the family members who are still grieving? Do we call and check on them? Do we make posts about them? Oh man, I hope they're doing okay. How are you doing? I just wanted to tell you that I love you. I just wanted to, even if you're out of town, I just want to give you a long distance hug. This is something I learned at the poetry jam. You do like this. That's like you feel like you're giving somebody a hug or you're giving yourself a hug. Do you know how long a hug can go? How long a ways a hug can go to somebody? A long way. A long way. Like I know when I was a player, I would try to, that's one thing that I would ask a female for a lot. I will ask a lot of females for a hug. Can I get a hug? 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 And yes, it was a way of being a player, but it was a way of me getting emotions. I was fulfilling my emotional needs by getting hugs. Now females don't give out a whole lot of hugs. Uh-oh, we in trouble. Hug. Hug. So where are you going to get that emotion from? Think about that. We become a society to where hugs are rare. They too in your feeling type things. Now that nowadays these females do not want a nigga that's in his feelings. It wasn't looked at for years before. It wasn't looked at like that. It was more of a, an emotional thing. But now it's you're in your feelings. We in this you're in your feelings era, to where it's a problem to be in your feelings. So females are not giving out hugs. So those things that I look for to fulfill my emotional gap are gone. They're gone. I'm talking about getting 4 or 5 hugs a day to getting a hug maybe every other week. I had a lot of females who gave me a hug yesterday in the club, and that felt good because it's like I'm getting some emotional back. They all taught the people to keep 6 feet distance. Right. Like, don't come around me. Like, don't touch me. It's too much. It's too much to ask. I put it to you like this, and I don't want to get off the subject. I don't want to get off the subject, but even during sex, we don't kiss no more. Do you know how intimate kissing is? Kissing shows affection. And a French kiss? A French kiss, my nigga? I don't know how many people have over. I don't know how many people have ever French kissed, but a French kiss is very, very personal. It's very emotional, one-on-one. You putting your tongue in her mouth, she putting her tongue in your mouth, and I don't. I'm telling you, those things are deeper than a hug. But nowadays, we'll have sex and won't even kiss. Sex is emotional. Sex, in a sense, but it's not even. Sex is not even on the same level as a hug, a long hug, or French kissing. You know what I'm saying? Because sex, like after sex is over, as soon as y'all bust, it's like, I holler at you. I gotta go. I'm out. But if you hugging somebody, even when you leave that person, you're gonna think about that warm hug. If you're kissing somebody, say you kiss somebody before you go to work. That's why I used to kiss people before they went to work, because you would be thinking about that kiss all day long at work. Right? So it's emotional. But we're taking those things out of the element. So now we're no longer having that emotional connection with somebody else. And like I said, I don't want to get into all of that. We'll do another topic about that. How um, sex has been changed into something that's no longer emotional. We'll get into that. But like Shar said, we're all taught to keep 6 feet, 6 feet distance. That's crazy. And when you die, you be buried 6 feet deep. 6 feet. Everything is 6 feet. We killing off our emotional connection to each other. And to some people, that is harder to do than other people. Unless you're a robot, you're going to feel that. So all I'm saying is if you know somebody who lose somebody, check on those people. Because I've seen it this weekend. Nobody's checking on him. Everybody deal with death in a different meaning. Everybody deals with death differently. Everybody. And I don't know nobody who black that deals with death in a good way. Now, white people, shoot, they getting that tax money. Yo, we can't wait for them to die. Is grandma sick yet? How long grandma got left? I'm just joking. But for real, black people don't deal with death well. I mean, we as people don't deal with death well. I don't know how white people deal with death. The only thing I can speak of, but yeah, I'm serious. The only thing I can speak on is how black people deal with death. But white people, it's like, Land talked to one of my bosses. Yeah, just had to put mom in a hospice. I would have been crying, man. And it's like for him, it's like a matter of fact. Well, I had to put my mom in the hospice. Yeah, it's only gonna be a couple of days now. Like, what the fuck? Like, we deal with it differently. Black people, because we need each other. I'm not saying that they don't, but we need each other. When I was young, it took me a long time to realize that white people had cousins. I was like, what? Y'all got cousins? Are you serious? Because, I didn't see them as being tightly bonded like we were. It had to take me something to do. It was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to my cousin's house so weekend. What? You got a cousin? Get the fuck out of here. Y'all got cousins and uncles? Nigga, you got an uncle? Oh my God. I just didn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. But I'm just saying, that's just how closely bonded we are. We got family, and family is all that we have. So if somebody is taken away, a family member is taken away, a friend is taken away from us, we have to check on those people because we don't know how they are dealing with it. We don't know. We haven't the slightest clue how they're dealing with it. And I could tell you from what brought this to my attention is seeing that person who lost somebody and they're not dealing with it well. Or even the girl that was associated with that person who did not deal with it well. And nobody's checking on those people until something happens to them, and then it's check on your people. All right, y'all, we're going to end with that. My name is Johnnie, and this is the Johnnie Show. We're going to get out of here. Make sure y'all tap in. We're going to do another one. We just don't want to keep y'all long and keep blabbing on about it. We might do a part 2, but we're going to end it here and just make sure that you check on your people. All right? Thank y'all for watching.